pajama party. And today, well, actually it's not a party. I like to bring you breakfast, and I like to do it in my pajamas. So, because, you know, it's early in the morning, I'm having my coffee, but I have some deliciousness to share with you. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this amazing savory cakes, and I'm also going to pairing it with Balsamic apples and mint, and then to top it off on this beautiful morning because it's rainy. It's one of those days that you just want to stay in your pajamas and have a wonderful breakfast full of antioxidants and vitamins and good and health for you. And I'm going to top it all off with this amazing, delicious, are you ready? Spiced avocado. Yes, and wait till I show you how to do this. So let's get rocking. I am going to go over all the dry ingredients first, and then I'm going to walk you step by step on how to do everything. We are listening to some nice calming music after all this morning. And I'm not going to put a fadale, meaning I'm not going to put on an apron. So what I have here is that I have combined gluten-free and organic flour, and I have a good 1.5 cups. And then what I'm doing is I am airing it out to give it more oomph, because you know we want these cakes to be lovely and wonderful. And then to this right here, I have 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. That's going to go in here like so. I am going to move this out of the way. We do have quite a few ingredients today. Good morning. And then what I want to do is I really want to mix this. I'm going to be utilizing a cast iron skillet. Right now I'm having it warming up, so it's going to get ready. I have it on low heat. And then what you want to do is you want to come over here like that. So that is going to be our dry ingredients. I'm going to take this to the side, and I'm going to bring you to the wet ingredients. What I have here is 2 organic eggs, and they are at room temperature. They are going to go right in here like so. I want to make sure I get all of it. I am done with that. Let me put that over there so I don't break anything. And then what I have here is I have a 1/3 cup of yogurt. This is organic yogurt with live probiotics and live cultures, because you always want to get your yogurt with live cultures, and this is going to give such a creaminess to this wonderful deliciousness that I'm going to show you how to make. My husband loves this. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to just break the egg, and I'm just going to kind of mix it together. I have about 13 to 14 ounces of coconut milk. I don't know how much it's going to take, so I'm just going to probably add a good cup of it right now. And I'm going to get in here, guys, because I really want to get, and coconut milk is not going to change the flavor, okay? So what it is it's coconut milk, and this is light coconut milk, and it is organic. Everything I use is organic. And the reason I use organic is I don't want any pesticides. I'm almost 64 years old in a couple of more weeks, and I'm in 0 medications other than my asthma medication. And then what I want to do with this is I just want to whisk this. And I just want to see what I'm doing. I just want to whisk this, and I'm just going to mix this because this is going to be our wet ingredients. And then I am going to eye it because I still have some more coconut milk. And my pan, it's getting nice and warm, and it's interesting how I can already smell. My pan is very well seasoned. I always tell you how to season your cast iron skillet. So you can see I'm really mixing this very, very, very well. Okay, because I want to make sure that my yogurt is very well incorporated with my egg and also with my wonderful coconut milk. So I'm going to put that on the side. And then what I want to do is I want to bring your attention to the ingredients that I'm going to be utilizing. What I have here is I have Portuguese sausage that I have tiny, chop, I mean in tiny little pieces. I also have 2 scallions that I have sliced. I also have 2 cloves of garlic. In my case, I have 3 or 4. Yes, I know, but you know, they're high in all kinds of wonderful vitamins. And then what I have here is also, I have sliced some more green onions. These green onions, I'm going to save them for garnish. These I'm going to utilize, so I am using a 1/4 cup of sliced green onions, okay? 1/3 cup of this wonderful polished sausage, 3 cloves of garlic personally. I have taken a red chili pepper, and I have tiny chopped it very well. I also have here some wonderful thyme and oregano. And this is fresh thyme and oregano. I have a teaspoon of each one that's going to go. And on top of all of this, I also have some more pepper that's on the side over here. So then how are we going to do this? And let me show you how we're going to do this. So the first thing is I want to take all of these wonderful ingredients. Here goes my red pepper. And this is a red chili pepper. It's going to give it a very nice flavor. And what I've done is I've taken all the membranes, and I've also taken all the seeds, so it's not going to be overly hot. If you don't have that, you may also use a wonderful jalapeno. And I've used both. I'm done with that. I'm also going to take my sausage, and I'm going to put that on the side as well. I'm done with that. And then I'm going to take the garlic, and I'm going to add the garlic to the side. And why am I going to the side? It's because I will tell you in a jiffy. You know, my husband told me he never heard jiffy until I said it. He told me that last night. I thought that everybody knew what a jiffy is. Like, it goes fast. And now I'm going to add the 2 to 3 to 4, you know, green onions. I love them. I absolutely love them. And then, of course, my seasoning is my black pepper. And then I'm going to put that on the side like that. And then I'm going to put my herbs are all going to go in here. The reason I did it this way, so nothing goes into the bottom. And what you want to do is you want to kind of come in and mix it all together, because you want all of these guys, to mix very well together and to absorb the wonderful flour. I guess I am using 1.5 cups of mixed gluten-free flour and organic white flour. I am sensitive to the gluten here, but if I go to other countries, it does not bother me. I really want to get in here with my hands, and I am going to get in here with my hands because I want to feel this. I want to make sure that everybody is coated and it's looking beautiful. Okay, so now what I have here is I have a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of ghee, and I'm going to take this right here, and I'm just going to season my pan very well. My pan is just warm, is not hot, and I do not want it to be hot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a little well in the middle there, and I am going to bring my wet ingredients that are going to be here. Remember the 2 eggs, the wonderful yogurt. Oh yes, and it's going to give this savory cake such a deliciousness. It's such a wonderful little guy. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this in the sink so I can have more room. And with the same little guy, I'm just going to start mixing it. And I'm going from underneath. See what I'm doing? I'm going from underneath and going to the top. Underneath and going to the top. I want all of these guys, and I'm looking for a consistency. Now, when you're working with gluten-free flour, it takes a minute to absorb everything. So I like to give it a few minutes for it to make sure that this is how I want it. Now, I'm going to come back here, and I still have some more coconut. So it will take a good can of organic light coconut, so I'm going to add some more in here. Remember, we don't want to add it all in, because if we add it all in, we can't take it out. And we want this to be a nice cake. See, now my gluten-free flour is really absorbing everything. I am not using milk. I am lactose intolerant, but I love ice cream. Yes, I love ice cream and chocolate. And I'm still mixing it. And I'm just gonna add more. Oh yeah, baby, baby. And while these guys are going to be doing their thing, I am going to be showing you how we are going to take care of the rest of the other guys. And look at this, it makes quite a bit. And it's so, okay, so now what I'm going to do is what I have here is a flake salt. And I'm just going to take a good pinch of flake salt. You know, flake salt is not super salty like the other salts. And I'm using like two little guys, two little sprinkles. And I'm just going to mix it. See what I'm doing? See this consistency? And it's doing it. I found that when I use 1.5 cups, I end up using almost the entire can of the light coconut milk. And yes, they do have light coconut milk. I don't have my glasses, but I want to say hello to all of your beautiful people. I think I see Carol. Hi, Carol. If that's you, send me a heart because I can't see. I don't have my glasses. And I'm going to turn my fan on because I'm having a hot flash. You know, hey, for a woman like me, I get the hot. So let me get my fan going over here. Hopefully we can still listen to the beautiful music. And I am in my pajamas, guys. I am, because you can do this in your pajamas. That is how easy that goes. And see what it looks like? So now I'm going to finish adding it all. So no milk goes here. I am using coconut milk. I want that benefits and the health of it. So I'm done with that. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Because after all, it's breakfast. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to raise my temperature in my cast iron skillet to a medium, because these guys, we're not going to hurry these guys. See what I'm doing? I am constantly mixing, and I'm just using just a little guy, and I'm constantly mixing it. It smells fabulous in here. It just smells, I haven't done anything, and it's smelling so wonderful. And these guys are doing their thing. They're doing their thing. Look at that. And that's what you're looking at. You see what you're looking at? See what you're looking at? It's not super, what is the word? Liquidy. It's got some texture, and that's what we want. And now my cast iron, I'm waiting for my cast iron skillet to do its thing. And now I'm going to come back again to dip this. And I just want to make sure that my cast iron skillet is very well coated. Because what I'm going to be doing with these guys is get yourself one of these scoopies right here, okay? I'm still waiting because when you're working with gluten-free flour, you gotta give it a minute. Yes, because what's happening now is the baking powder and the baking soda, it's doing they're doing their thing, and this when this deliciousness is happening in here. So now I am going to take this and put this on the side. Now what I want to do is to my scoop, so things can come out easier. Go ahead and get your scoop nice and lubricated, because it's going to come right out. I got that taken care of. I'm going to get my spatula. Oops. Okay, this is kind of fun. Let me see if I have another one. Well, I do have another one. And what I'm going to do with the other one is I am going to also do the same thing. I have a chiquitito one that I can use with my hand. Chiquitito in Spanish means small. And I have no makeup other than lipstick. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's, I just got out of bed a little bit ago. And especially with the weather being like it is today, everybody wants to sleep in. And I don't blame you. I would want to sleep in too. I'm going to put my little chiquitito guy to the side over here. I got that ready. Get yourself organized. I am done with these guys, but I'm just going to give it one more swirl over here, because this is perfect consistency. Perfect consistency. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this really quick because I need to use this guy for when I do the rest, because my little chiquitito guy, this one works a lot better, and I like this one better. All right, so then now I'm done with this. I am done, finished with that, put that in the sink. I know I keep disappearing. And then what we want to do is make sure that if you have any extra, make sure you know you have a little thing. And then what I want to do over here is I want to come and get a nice little scoop, and then I just want to put it to the side. And these are going to be like little cakes, And then to the side. Do not crowd them, because you know they like to spread themselves out. And I find that cast iron skillets are the best. Once you put these guys down, do not move them. And I usually get about 4 in here. Okay, so now that I'm done with that guy, and see, it just leaves your, it kind of leaves that nice and clean. So then I want to come back over here, and I want to just put it like that because there's some of that in there. So I'm just going to put that to the side. All right, so the one that is doing their thing, because we want them to do their thing, I still have this on the side. Now what I want to bring your attention to now is to the apples and how I'm going to do the apples. So I have a tray over here. Let me get this out of the way, because these guys are doing their thing, and we're going to take a little bit. What I have here is a tablespoon of honey that I have here, this beautiful honey. I have another one of these. I'm going to put my beautiful honey that's going to go right in here. See what I'm doing? The honey's going to go right in there. And I do have a couple of apples, because you know it's just my husband and I. If you have more, a larger family, then you know I would up on all of my ingredients. And then what I want to do now is what I have here is I have 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. That's going to go right in there like so. A very easy transaction, very, very easy transaction. Yes, just like that. I'm done with that. My guys over here are hanging out. They're starting to bubble. I want to make sure that they all get the bubble. I have it on medium high. In the meantime, I have these guys right here. Let me get my tray and put this over here. And then what I want to do now is I want to come in with my mint. And what I do have is spearmint, and I'm just going to take some spearmint like so. And this is going to give, and this is something that I grow myself, guys, and they're doing wonderful right now. So, and the thing is while you are doing this, the other guys are doing their thing. So then now I'm going to brush this again very well, my spatula. And now what I'm going to do is I want to get underneath my cakes, and I'm going to flip them over gently if it works. Sometimes they may not work, but that's okay. And you know what? They don't have to be perfect, because we are perfectly imperfect. And I do not make those perfect pancakes. I'm sorry, I don't, and that's okay, you know, because you know what? It's no big deal, because the pancake police is not here, and who cares? I don't care. Life is too short. So these are doing their thing. They're looking beautiful. So I'm still over here with my, let me get my apple. So I'm still over here with my balsamic vinegar and my honey. And then I'm going to take my wonderful spearmint, and I am just going to chop, 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 chop. Make sure you know you chop, you know, so you can use as much as you want. My spearmint, it's all organic, regrown, and it just has a beautiful, beautiful texture and smell. Oh, you can, you know, you can smell it. So you can use about a teaspoon to that. And I'm going to take the beautiful little teaspoon into that, and I want to get everything. I want to get everybody into that pool, right in there. Now I'm going to take my apples that I have washed, and look how chiquitito they are. They are perfect little guys, because you know organic foods, they are not huge, so you know if they're very, very big, they may not be organic. And for me, it's all about organic. I don't want those pesticides in my body. I don't, and that's how we keep healthy. You know, I was watching the news the other day, and they were talking about that if you eat healthy, that for those that suffer from depression, that there has been a study done that those that suffer from depression, if they eat healthy, that they have shown that has decreased depression. And I'm in this food competition because for me, I want to bring health to the world and to everybody. My wonderful little guys are doing great over there. They're finishing. And now I'm going to take these guys out. I have a plate right here. So these guys are done now. So I'm going to put them right here like so. And then wait till I show you how we're going to plate these. Okay, so I'm going to take, because it's early in the morning, and I forgot to do that, I am going to take, to keep it warm, some wonderful heavy-duty not saran, I mean, you know, one of these things. My tiki is not wanting to work this morning. So I'm just going to cover that to keep it warm. And then what I want to do over here is I want to come back and brush again, because, you know, we need it to really keep our wonderful pan going here. And then I'm going to come back over here again. I already put some oil in this, and I'm just going to come back and do it all over. Don't crowd them. You know, wait till they spread before you add another one. Sometimes I can get 3. Sometimes, you know, depending on how much I scoop, I can get more. Okay, so then that's doing that. You know, it's a constant working together. Okay, where was I? Yes. So, and they were talking about it on how if we were to change the way that we eat, and they did discover that the Mediterranean diet, with the Mediterranean diet, a lot of the children that were suffering from depression, as well as the older ones, they started getting better and better. So now what I want to do over here is I want to mix very, very well my honey with my balsamic. And this is with the mint. Oh, wonderful. Now I want to add a little bit more mint. And I got these little leaves that I'm just going to break with my hands. And I wasn't able to get out there because it's raining. And I like a lot of mint, so you can use as little or as much. And then what I want to do here is I want to take my apples and put them all in there like so. My apples just like that, just like that. Very easy transaction, guys. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to lick this right here, because I got it in my hands. Clean my fingers. And then I'm going to, oh God, this is so tasty. And then I am just going to mix it all together like so. Look at this apple and mint. Very easy transaction. Very, very easy. My little cakes are doing wonderful. And then what I want to do is I want to bring my platter. Because what I'm going to do here now is that I'm going to put these guys to a side. So I'm just going to keep mixing these guys like so, and just this little guys right here. And I'm just going to get a spoon. I know that I had a spoon. Well, it's, yeah, right here. So I'm just going to take some of this, and I'm just going to put this on the side. Just like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Oh. And they have this glaze, this wonderful glaze, the honey. You know, and honey is so healthy for us. And it's such a deliciousness, because this is the sweet part. This is the sweet part, guys. And then you can kind of drizzle it like that. You know, because, you know, you want to get the benefits. Oh, yeah, you want to get the benefits. And you can kind of drizzle it on the plate to make it pretty. Oh, yeah. So then you know that is happening there. And I am not going to mix this. No, sorry. I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to continue to do that, because I want the benefits of the basmati. I want the benefits of the honey. I want the benefits of these delicious, wonderful organic apples that I have here. I am done with that. And then what I want to do is I want to come over here, and I just want to put a little leaf here, a little leaf there, so you know that you are having this wonderful deliciousness. And I'm going to use this entire little plant over here that has worked so hard to give me this delicious little leaves. Yes, yes. Okay, my cakes are about ready for me to turn them over. And then what you have, guys, is you have something like that. Something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put that to the side over here. I am done with this transaction. I'm going to move this transaction out of the way. Boom, we're done with that. I am going to clear the decks. I'm going to get my spatula. Again, I'm going to oil my spatula because now I'm going to get underneath and turn my wonderful cakes over. And nothing is sticking. And now we go to the next transaction. And this is our wonderful avocado. Let me get these plates out of the way so I don't break anything. I'm coming. So I can have more room. So let me move this over here so I can get to my pancakes, my hot cakes. Well, they're not pancakes, they're hot cakes. And now what I'm going to show you is how to make our spiced avocado. In that space, I'm using 2 avocados. They're organic avocados. I also have about a tablespoon of sliced shallots. I have a quarter cup of oh, my mind is wandering. I'll get to that. It's early in the morning. My mom doesn't want to work. My tiki doesn't want to work. Cilantro. See, I got there cilantro. I have a good teaspoon of sriracha, and I am going to take my, let me grab one of these guys, give it a little quick rinse, because I only have 2 of these guys, so I need to give it a rinse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sriracha, and I'm just going to add my sriracha right into some lime juice. Yes, right into the lime juice, guys. And that's what's going to give the spiciness. If you like it more spicy, add some more sriracha. I'm done with that. And then I'm going to get my little bowl right here. I am going to mix my little sriracha with the lime juice right here. You see that? Like a nice little red, it makes like a little red sauce. I'm just going to add that right there like so. I'm done with that. And now it's time for me to take my hot cakes out. And I'm just going to put my hot cakes. And you know, they're all different sizes. You know, some of them can be oblong, some doesn't have to be oblong. I mean, and some of them are perfect. Hey, perfectly imperfect. Oh, and it smells wonderful. Now again, I am going to come over here. Because, you know, you are working it. You're working it all at the same time. And now my pan is on medium high, just like before. I'm going to come back over here. I am going to put that over there. You know, I don't like them to be perfect. I really don't care for it to be perfect. I kind of like them oblong. I kind of like them in different shapes. Okay, so that takes care of that. So now we are back to what we started with a juice of a lime and a good teaspoon to tablespoon of the sriracha. Alrighty, then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my sliced shallots that are going to be right in there. I'm also going to add cilantro. You don't have cilantro, you don't like cilantro, you can use parsley, but I really urge you to use it because it gives it a really lovely flavor. Okay, so then now with the same guy, we're going to just mix these guys together like so, just like so, just like that. So it makes like a little sauce right in here. Now I have some little cherry tomatoes that I have over here. I am done with this. Let me move this out of the way. Yes, I do a lot of dishes. But we also have a dishwasher, which is really nice. So I'm just going to cut my little tomato in half, and I'm just going to add them in there like so. I'm going to do the same thing with this guys right here. I'm only going to utilize like 3 or 4 little cherry tomatoes. Few cherry tomatoes. Okay, and then what I'm going to do over here is I'm looking to make sure that that is doing its thing. Is remember safety first. I'm going to come and get my avocado. These are organic avocados. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. Some may have a little bit of that little brown spot, but I'm not scared. I'm not, you know, we don't have to throw the avocado away, guys. We do not have to. A lot of the chefs, they work around the little brown things. And I'm just going to come over here and get this guy out of here like so. And I'm going to come over here and get this guy over here. I'm done with that. Get that out of the way. I'm just going to take a little bit of the brown out of that. Very simple, very easy to get it out of the way. And then what I'm going to do with my avocado, I'm just going to cut them in chunks because that's what I want, in chunks. Bring this back and put them in there like so. Very gently. I'm just going to coat it very gently, very gently, very gently. And now what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that these guys are, they still need to do their thing. They still have to hang out there. All right, so then now I'm going to have another avocado. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm using 2 avocados. They're very, very healthy. The health benefits of avocado, it's outstanding. See, now this avocado did not have any brown things. You know, some of them, they all have their personalities. You know, I love vegetables. They all, and then you can keep this, guys, and you can grow your own avocado. And I tried to grow it, but it did not work out. So obviously, I do not know how to grow avocados. So then now what I want to do here, again, I want to come over here and chop this because that's what I want. I just want it to be chopped. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take olive oil and I'm going to add olive oil, maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on what you want to add. And then what I'm going to do is, now that I'm done with this, I'm done chopping that, I'm going to take my board and turn my board over. I'm going to bring this back up over here. Remember, we still have our hot cakes over there. And then what I want to do is with this, I'm just going to kind of mix these guys like so. Just like that. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes. And then I want to come back here and I want to add some of this wonderful flaky salt, because the salt, believe it or not, kind of gives it a sweetness. It all works together. And then I'm just going to do that. And then remember that when we have the scallions, and I'm just going to add some more scallions over here, which actually they are the green part of the green onion is what I'm doing right here. And that's what I'm doing like so. I am going to come back over here now. I am going to take my platter. In my platter, it's, you know, they got the nice little juicy over there. We can just do it like that. I'm not afraid. Because don't be afraid. Now it's time for me to flip these guys over. Oh, baby, baby, baby. It smells fabulous in here. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to come over here. And I'm just going to add these guys over here, because I don't mind if some of the balsamic vinegar kind of goes in there a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything, and it's making a beautiful platter. And who does not want to have this breakfast? Oh yes, oh yes. And it's got the spiciness, and it's got the sweetness. And then what I want to do over here is I want to come over here and I want to add some cilantro, because you know that's what we have. And my hotcakes are almost done. So you know we have our mint on one side, we have the cilantro over here on this side, and it's looking so beautiful. And you know we can put them over here so you know that you are having cilantro. And then what I'm going to do with I just have the paper. Well, you know, things disappear around here. That's all. No big deal. And then I am going to bring my pancakes, hot cakes over here. Look at that. And wait till I show you how I'm going to finish this. Let me grab a paper towel. Because obviously I don't know what I did. And you know, when paper falls on the floor, my dog thinks he can have it. All right, so then what I have here is I am going to do another one, because I'm almost done, guys, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to plate everything. Well, I'm showing you how to plate everything. So I just want to come back over here because my husband, he loves these cakes that are so delicious and they're so yummy. And I'm going to see if I can add 4 in here. I think so. And I'm going to continue to make these even after we're off the air. because now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring my wonderful cakes, and I'm just going to start, you know, kind of lining them all up like so. And don't be afraid, because they're so deliciously yum. And then with the rest of my green onion tops, I am just going to kind of put them all over here like so. And then, you guys, are you ready? Are you ready to see what you've made? Let me bring it to you guys. Let me bring it to you guys. You have made savory cakes with balsamic apples and mint and spiced avocados. Look at this beautiful dish. Look at this beautiful breakfast. And trust me, we are starving because we have not had anything to eat but just coffee. And what I want to say is, continue to make these. Remember to use the back of your brush to brush these guys, and then that way you can get in there to finish them. Okay guys, that's all I have for you this morning. Thank you very much for joining me in my pajamas in my kitchen having breakfast. And I want to thank each one of you guys for joining me today. And I just disappeared because my dog got something he wasn't supposed to, so I had to push him away because he's right here and I don't want anything. And try out this deliciousness. I'm going to thank all of my sponsors. I want to thank Cola Harris with FARMASI. I want to thank Solangel with Color Street. Look how beautiful my nails are. Yes, look at that blue. It kind of matches my pajamas, no? I also want to thank Dario Rodriguez with Life in Superstores, and also my dear friend Stephen Bailey with Bailey Fishing and Charters. And I want to thank you for joining me on this beautiful manjata, of this beautiful breakfast. Thank you guys for joining me. And don't forget to vote for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.